don't know that man. You don't know his mama. When you met his mama didn't like you. She said you too skinny.
Didn't they tell you that I was savage? Jersey.
Daily video. So we are on Mayhem day 19, and in today's video, in place of a vlog, because I did not vlog or film any content yesterday, we're doing another sit down video where I will be doing an advice to my 20-year-old self video. So this is going to be super fun. It gives you an idea of like things I did in my 20s, and you get to know me a little bit better. And if this is your first time watching, my name is Peyton. I call all of my subscribers Peypals, and all you have to do to become a Peypal is hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on, like, comment, and share. It's just 5 things. It's not a lot, but you can do it at your leisure, okay? So yeah, let's jump into this video so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. And yeah, disclaimer though, this is advice that I'm giving my 20-year-old self. It's not to you, anybody that's viewing. It's strictly to me and my 20-year-old self. So I do want to put that out there because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm targeting them. If you can relate to what I'm talking about, that's great, but this message is not to you. It's to my 20-year-old self and things that I wish I had have known back then, and I would have made better decisions. Okay, so the first thing that I wish I would have known in my first piece of advice to my 20-year-old self is positive thinking begets positive results. When I was younger, I had trouble thinking positive. Not saying I thought negative, but I didn't want to get my hopes up about a lot of stuff. So, you know, like I never ran for a spirit queen. I never ran for prom queen. I just didn't do that type of stuff because I didn't think that I would win. Like, I was a hopeless little girl, you know what I'm saying? I never had hope, or I just didn't want to get my hopes up. And I think that stemmed from my grandma, my paternal grandmother. She was really like adamant about always saying, don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up, yeah, don't get your hopes up, cause it might happen in this way. So like, it kind of made me, it was like she instilled that negative way of thinking in me, to where I just, okay, well, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. You know, if I apply for a job, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm not gonna get it. So when I would get it, I'd be like, wow, really? Or, you know, I would be super appreciative because I didn't think that I was gonna win. Like, positive thinking was just not in me. So from that, I made decisions based on reality. You know what I'm saying? I went to the military because my grades weren't good enough, even though I was super smart. When I graduated high school, my grades weren't good enough in my eyes to get into college. I didn't know about like placement exams and all of that shit back then. I knew that my GPA was low, and I felt like I wasn't gonna get into any college, whether it was University of Memphis or Fisk, wherever. I wasn't gonna get into any college. So that's why I went into the military, and going into the military is a huge regret for me, but we'll get into that later, child. The next piece of advice I would give myself is prayer works. So I definitely should have prayed more. There were a lot of times in my life where I was going through shit, and I really should have got on my knees and prayed and talked to God. But I had this negative way of thinking where I was like, you know what? God don't want to hear that. Don't bother God with that. You need to fix it yourself because you got yourself in this situation. You need to get yourself out of it. Stop talking to God. Stop calling on God every time you need a way out. You need help out. You know what I'm saying? Every time you need saving. You made this decision. You put yourself in this position. So get yourself out of it. I should have been praying more. I should have been praying more because God don't care about that. That's why Jesus died on the cross for our sins. So regardless of the sin, you're forgiven. You need to talk to God so he can help you get out of it, whether it's guidance or paving a way for you to go a different route so you won't keep making the wrong turn and keep making bad decisions. Next piece of advice, stop playing the victim. Save yourself. Stop telling everybody your sad story. Yes, there are people that can relate, but a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people are going through their own shit. They don't want to hear it. It's some people just don't have a way to heal you. They don't have a prognosis. They don't have a treatment plan for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I was pre-med in school, so that's why I'm using these words. But a lot of people don't have treatment plans. They don't have a way to make it better. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's going in one ear and out the other. And sometimes it's going in one ear, staying within. And as soon as you do something wrong to them, all of your business is out in the streets and on the internet. Stop telling people your business. Stop playing the victim. Save yourself. Next piece of advice, just because he fine, don't mean he mine. Okay? Some of the finest niggas will leave the ugliest scars. Pay attention to that. Get to know men more. Get to know this guy better before courting him, dating him, laying down with him, switching spiritual debris with him. That's sex. Really take time to like invest in getting to know this person like you would a friend girl that you just met out in the club. You're gonna take time to get to know her before you start telling her all your business and your deep darkest secrets. You need to do the same thing with this man, because he's gonna hurt you similar to how any friend would hurt you, but a little bit more. And that scar is gonna be really hard for you to heal from. You know what I'm saying? Emotional trauma and emotional pain is extremely hard to heal from. And you may think you know it all, and you will learn a lot, but you don't know it all. You do not know it all. You don't know the fucking half of it. So make better decisions and stop being shallow. Stop looking at men like, oh my God, he's so fine, I want to date him, because some of the finest men will leave the ugliest scars. Next piece of advice I would tell myself is focus on your own potential rather than seeing the potential in others, or focusing on the potential in others. I think when you're an empath and you're innately a healer, we see people that come to us broken and we immediately want to fix them. Like, oh, I know how to fix this. I have people that come to me with, you know, different ailments that's going on and illnesses, and immediately I'm like, oh girl, take this vitamin. Oh girl, take this, drink this, go get this IV. I go straight into doctor mode because I hate to see people in pain. But what I need to start doing, and what I should have been doing in my 20s, is putting all of that into myself, focusing on myself, realizing that I had, you know, abandonment issues from, you know, my mother not being in my life and my father not being in my life. Trying to heal myself. But I think just like hurt people, I think people that need to heal people. It makes me feel good to heal someone, even though I need healing just like they do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really quick to share my pain with others. I deal with my shit on my own. And I think that that's my next piece of advice is learning to give people grace. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be going through shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I shouldn't have been better at understanding, like, and just allowing people to treat me any kind of way. But after I went to college and I studied sociology. So, you know, sociology is the study of how people interact with one another in society. So, you know, I took marriage and family. I took all kind of damn classes. Shit, I can't remember. That shit was like, when I graduated. Oh my God. 12 years ago. That shit was 12 years ago. I don't remember all of the classes I took, but I felt like every class that I took really shaped my way of thinking to really understand better. Like, I understand that a lot of people have personality disorders. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people know, but it's like 10 or 11 different personality disorders out there, maybe even more now. You know what I'm saying? Antisocial is being antisocial is a personality disorder. Narcissism is a personality disorder, but there are many out there, and I think everyone has at least one. I myself also have one. I'm very antisocial. It plays a huge role in my social anxiety as well. But I definitely would give more people grace now that I understand people more. You know what I'm saying? I sit back, I observe people, and I think to myself, wow, she's going through something. You know, I'm quick to diagnose a person with personality disorder now. It is what it is. But I would give more people grace knowing that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't weird. They're just eccentric. And hurt people hurt people. I'm not hurting. So I don't hurt people. I don't intentionally cause others pain, you know, for my own satisfaction. But I know that there are people that are out there that are transferring that energy that they have, that painful energy that they have, as a coping method. So I feel like I would give more people grace now than I did in my 20s. Because in my 20s, baby, I was quick to walk away. Next piece of advice, I would tell myself to walk away from those who caused me pain instead of trying to heal what was causing them pain, which in turn was hurting me, causing them to hurt me. I would walk away from it now. You know what I'm saying? There were situations when I was younger, you know, when I first got with my ex-husband, I knew that he was abusive. I went through some things. We had just moved in together, and he had a box of like papers, and you know, I was trying to organize the closet, and I found the box, and I went through the box, and I saw a police report with like pictures of, you know, someone he was dealing with at the time, and her face was all bruised up, black eyes, like, you know, she was a light-skinned girl. So even though the picture was black and white, you could still see the colors of the bruises on the black and white picture. And I just burst into tears because I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what have I got myself into? Because I was so in lust with this man. Like, I didn't know like what to do. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I should do, but I didn't know what to do. And the first time he put his hands on me, I went into complete shock. Like, that shit was like a movie. Like, I was staring straight. I couldn't talk. I was frozen. He had to sit me down on the couch because I literally would not move. He had choked me and like roughed me up, and I literally could not move. And he burst into tears, and like, I mean, I didn't even know what a narcissist was when I was 21. I had no idea what narcissism was at all. So when he started crying, it was almost like it was a freaking potion to bring me out of shock. And I thought that was so sincere, and that he loved me so much, and I stayed. And I thought that me loving him, how I was raised to love a man when, you know, you're engaged, when you're married, when you're dating or whatever, I thought that could heal the situation and change him, and he would never hit me again, because he said he would never hit me again. But every time he got upset, he's hitting me. So I would definitely tell my 20-year-old self, get your ass up, because y'all not married yet, y'all boyfriend and girlfriend. Get your ass up out of that house. That damn lease agreement ain't a contract. It's not a fucking marriage decree. Break that lease, pay what you gotta pay, and get the fuck up out of there. Now I know what y'all saying. Well, if you had did that, then you wouldn't have Kyra. And y'all are right, but I feel like I would have still had Kyra. Not with him though. Next piece of advice I would give myself is be stingy with two most important things. I said this in my vlog the other night. Be stingy with your hot pocket and your pocketbook. Men do not need saving, and they will not save you just because your stuff good. Just because your coochie good, they will not save you. They'll keep you around. They'll keep you around. They'll spin the block a couple of times, but they will not save you just because your coochie good. They not. And don't think just because you got money that he gonna treat you better than somebody that don't. He might spend all his time with the girl that don't and come around you when he needs some money. You'll find. I'm talking to my 20-year-old self. You'll find that some of the finest men be cool with telling you they broke. They're gonna be cool with telling you they going through something. It's gonna be a lot of fine men that got a sad story that they want to share with you. They want you to help them out. God didn't make men for women to save. I do think he made men for us to nurture. That's a totally different thing. Your mama gonna nurture you. Your wife is gonna nurture you. But a girlfriend, you might come over here and I'm gonna cook myself something. You can have a plate. Okay, you can have a plate. You hungry? Oh, okay, I'll make you a plate too. But I'm not nurturing a man that is not mine. Okay, I'm not saving a man that is not mine. Now, you got some situations where the woman will make more than a man and all of that. I'm going to tell you right now, 20-year-old self, me, don't go 50-50 with that man. Don't marry that man. You don't know that man. Y'all only knew each other 6 months. You don't know that man. You don't know his mom. When you met his mama didn't like you. She said you was too skinny. What? You had all of the signs, like sign. You asked God for a sign. God, please give me a sign and tell me if this man, sign. There go the I-55 right there. That's a sign. Get your ass back to Memphis. Sign. Listen to your grandma. That's my next piece of advice to myself. Listen to mama. Listen to grand. Both of them told you too young. Now these are two Virgo women in my life. Both of my grandmothers were Virgos, married to Pisces, who were abusive. Both married young. My grandma married when she was 18. My other grandma married, I think, when she was 19 or 20. These women were speaking to you from experience. You are too young. I married at 21. Baby, I had just started drinking. I don't think I had ever been drunk before. You need to get drunk before you get married. Get to know this man. You're not ready. You too young. You just got out the house. You just left the nest. See the world. Love on yourself. Pour that love into you. You too young. And I should have listened to my grandma. That's my biggest regret. That and going to the military. My biggest regret. Going to the military before college. That's my biggest regret. And why is going to the military my biggest regret is because I was just too young. I was way too young to be making such adult decisions for myself. And I wasn't listening because we basically eloped. I wasn't listening to the people that were offering the maternal guidance that I didn't know I needed. And you don't be knowing that you need this until you don't have it no more. See, now all of my mothers gone. Both my grandmothers and my mother. Now I lack that maternal guidance. But I feel like I've made enough bad decisions in my 20s to know better and do better in my 30s. Which brings me to my mother. Forgive your mom. Give her grace. If you don't give nobody else grace, give her grace. I don't care if you can't stand your mom. I'm telling you, when she gone, that shit hurt. Mother's Day, hurt. Birthdays, hurt. Christmas, hurt. Even Father's Day, hurt. Because I came out of my mama. I look like my mama. I got my mama feet. I got my mama hands. You know what I'm saying? So all of these holidays hurt without her, and I wish that I would have had a better relationship with her. But man, you know, them fucking 20s. Them 20s. My next piece of advice would be walking away don't make you a punk, but sometimes you gotta slap a motherfucker, you know? Pop her in the mouth. Drag her out of that damn door. What the hell was this? Sometimes you gotta knock a motherfucker head between the washer and the dryer. Pop in the mouth. Slap the shit. You know what? But walking away don't make you a punk. It don't. It don't. I got into a lot of fights when I was in the military. I did. Because I was being bullied and I felt like I was being picked on because I was little. And after the first fight, when I realized I could fight, because I didn't really know I could fight. You know what I'm saying? I never fought when I was in high school. I like fought one girl and we were friends, so I really didn't want to like hurt her. But we fought like right before a cheerleading meet. It was so crazy. I really didn't want to hurt her because we was friends and it didn't make sense why we was fighting. But when I really fought somebody that I had beef with, I saw, one, I'm really strong. Two, these motherfuckers hurt. And three, I black out when I fight. Okay? Cause the next day, sis came to work looking like a Dalmatian. Okay? You got a black eye. I walked up to her, I was like, you okay? She looked at me like, bitch. I was like, I'm not being funny, I just wanted to ask you, like, are you okay? Because, you know, your eye, like what happened to your eye? She was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, girl, did you get into another fight? Because I didn't do that shit. I don't even remember hitting her, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I realized I black out when I fight, okay? So leave me alone. But yeah, walking away don't make you a punk. Cause fighting gets you in a lot of trouble, especially when you whoop their ass, they gonna wanna press charges cause they scared to fight you again. Next piece of advice I would tell myself is stop telling everybody your business. Ma'am might seem friendly, but not everybody is your friend. Stop using that term so loosely. Not everybody is your friend. Just because you went through some shit, she went through some shit, that don't mean y'all relate and you should just spill all the beans. You know what I'm saying? Take some shit to your grave. Because when people fall out with you, if they ain't got no other way to hurt you, they're going to put all of your business on the internet. It's going to happen a few times. I'm from the future, baby. It's going to happen a few times. Next piece of advice, you ain't heard this term. It's going to be like 2020-ish before you understand what I'm saying. But he for the streets. Leave him alone. I'm telling you, I'm from the future. Leave him alone. He for the streets. That's not the one. Next piece of advice, everybody can't be helped. Stop trying to help everybody. Some people live by the ideology of people are stepping stones. You know what I'm saying? You're going to meet a lot of people that don't look at you as a person. They look at you as a stepping stone. It's competition. So you helping them, guess what they gonna do after they know all the information to win? They gonna step on you and level up. And they ain't gonna give you no credit. They ain't gonna say, Peyton showed me this. No ma'am. No ma'am, they're not gonna do it. Stop, everybody can't be helped. You need to get to know people better and their intentions before you just start giving out valuable information. Because I can walk in Elon Musk's office right now and ask him, tell me how you made the Tesla. He not gonna tell me. You wanna know why? He don't know me. How do I know you not finna run back to BMW and tell them how I made it so they can make a better electric car than me? How do I know you not finna go run and tell Volvo? You know what I'm saying? This is a formula. I've created a formula for me to be successful, for me to win. You just walking in my office, I barely even know you, and you asking me, so how did you do it? No, you need to get to know people first. Understand where they coming from before you just start passing out valuable information, because a lot of people gonna look at you as a stepping stone. They're not gonna look at you as a friend. So stop using that word so damn loosely. and get to know people better first. Get to know a person first, because a lot of people, like I said, hurt people hurt people. It might not be intentional, but it still hurt. I'd also tell myself, sometimes the silent treatment does more harm than good. When a person slights me, when a person shades me, I just fall back. I stop talking to them. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 40 next year, and I'm starting to learn that talking it out is better. You know what I'm saying? But I've always had, like I said, I grew up not having hope. I grew up thinking that something negative was going to happen. So I don't take what bothers me to people, because I feel like if I do, if they don't receive it the way I feel like they should, I'm going to turn out to be the problem. But talking it out does help. There have been certain situations that I have been in where I've had fallouts with people, and we were able to talk it out as adults and move through it. And I felt good about it. Now, are we friends? No. Because, you know, they turn around and do some fucked up shit again. But at least I was big enough to say, okay, let's talk this through. Let me tell you what bothered me. Let's get an understanding. Now, if you turn around and slight me and shade me again, then you're the person with the problem. I don't have the problem. But we can move, but we did try to move through it once, and I feel good about that. And the last thing I would tell myself, create a vision board. My first time creating a vision board was in 2020 when I first started vlogging. I created a vision board around, I think I did it like the beginning of 2021 or towards the end of 2020. And I have literally seen my life do a 360 turn. I'm still working on a lot of things that I put on my vision board. That's why I haven't done another vision board, because I really don't want to override what's already on my 2021 vision board. But I wish I would have been doing vision boards, and I would totally tell my 20-year-old self, write it down, believe that you have already attained it, start praying more, and manifesting what you want out of life. I think when I was in my 20s, I was working towards a goal, but I didn't really believe that I would ever attain it, right? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be an OBGYN. I just wasn't thinking positive about my goals. You know what I'm saying? I set goals, but I didn't really believe that I could attain them. I never saw myself as a doctor. I wanted to be one, but I never saw myself as a doctor. And then I watched this one episode of Grey's Anatomy. Child, this little boy, I think he had gangrene, or like part of his leg was decomposing, and they had like it bandaged up. So when they took the bandage off, it was like maggots, and a fly head flew out. Soon as you talking about somebody's flesh was crawling for 7 days. I said, oh no, I can't be a doctor. Because that would have made me faint. And I ain't never fainted in my life. I don't even think faint real. But that, I would have passed out after that. I was like, nah, I can't be a doctor. Nope. But yeah, I definitely feel like I should have been creating vision boards. I think what I have attained now in my 30s, I would have already maybe 10 times fold if I had started creating vision boards and really believing that I deserve these things and I could attain these things in my 20s. My life was hard because I was speaking how hard life was, but life really ain't hard. I think we get thrown a lot of lemons in life, and you know what I'm saying, if you're not good at dodging them, you're gonna get hit a couple of times, and that's okay. The bruises heal, and you know, you may live with the trauma, you know what I'm saying. Every time you see a lemon, you like, oh, you know what I'm saying, even though it's the lemon not being thrown at you, you know, you've had enough lemons to hit you like, nah, I ain't going through that again, because it's life. But I don't feel like life is hard. I think that we should stop saying that life is hard, and we should speak more positively over our life and things that's going on in our life, and things will get better because the tongue is very powerful. And there's a book that I think the first book that we read in my book club, which is coming back in June, you guys, we'll be talking about money and the law of attraction. It's gonna be June's book for the book club. The first book that we read in the book club was The 4 Agreements, and in that book it talks about, you know, being mindful of the things that you allow to come out of your mouth, because when you speak, it's like you're casting a spell over your own life. So when people are being mean to me, when people are doing things to hurt me, baby, let me tell you, I be want to fight. Okay, I be want to fight. When trolls say things to me in my comments, y'all think I don't want to clap back? But one, I'm very careful with the things I write now. I'm very careful with the things I say now. And I just don't clap back at trolls anyway, because I feel like when you clap back at a troll, it makes them more obsessed with you. And that's weird to me. Like, I can't understand it. Now, I give a lot of people grace, but I can't give a troll grace, baby, because I don't understand it. Okay? But I said that to say I'm very careful with the things that I say and the things that I write down. I focus on me now. I put all of that focus on me. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to me saying, stop playing the victim. Focus on yourself. Save yourself. Love yourself. And you'll be all right. So that is basically the advice that I would tell my 20-year-old self. Learned a lot. I do know better, but I still don't know it all. I'm pretty sure I'll go through things, learn more in my 40s, and be in a better position in my 40s, and look back at things I would have told myself in my 30s. So another video is coming soon, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. So we'll be back vlogging, because we definitely filmed content today. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in another video really, really soon.
But they got a problem. Put some babies in your life and take away the drama. Put the paper in the picture like a diamond.